into the action here. It is game number 1, Charlotte Phoenix versus Turtle.
Not what Ben wanted to see.
They have Burn. I forgot. It's Burn. Look at him. They have Mage, Lock, Paladin. But, I mean, there is one nice thing here for Turtle. Just double checking my mic isn't muted, and we are good. There's one nice thing here for Turtle is they just got to see this exact matchup play out in Europe. And the success that Enlight had against AWC. So we'll see if they're going to be able to replicate that success and how Turtle is going to play this one.
So they're going to need double Reap, double Bike, double Dressed. Make it pretty deep into Dampening with mana on Gex. That's kind of the name of the game here. And they are still playing the Imp, so nice banish on that early Scyphine from Gex. It's a lot of mana regeneration kind of just gone straight from the bat. Frozen Orb on Dilly and Cyfoxy. Remember, the way that we saw Enlight split was they had the Feral standing with the Priest and then the Hunter standing on his own. Right now they've got Feral and Hunter together and Priest by himself, so a bit different of a split. It's still effective with only 2 players on one side. Gex gets stunned. Charlotte Phoenix make a push. They try and punish Burn for going in here into enemy territory. They stun up Core, like massive burst damage dropped in there, and I'm waiting for the add-on to update, but I'm pretty sure they are running that similar build. They were definitely keeping their eyes. Breath of Dying 1, Breath of Dying 2, Remote Guidance, Dress to Gas. So they've definitely copy-pasted that European strategy, which means Charlotte Phoenix could be in trouble.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's going to come down to how well Gex can preserve his mana, how well they play the poke game as well. On the side of the jungle, actually, every time Burn pushes in like this, you can't let him get too much work done. They need to go in, try to interrupt the fear or dispel it, and kick the Chaos Bolt, and just push him off the side, and then swap to Jamile, do the same thing. And Ja's actually going for a sheep here. They're going for a big setup here. Chaos Bolt comes in onto Cyfoxy. They have the Mortal Coil to follow it up. They do. They get a double Mortal Coil here. Ja going for another sheep. They are there into a full fear onto Gex, but he gets prammed. And once again, I mean, this is what we were kind of talking about with the other Mage Warlock. Look at Gex mana. He just gets full mana. Everyone has full HP. They didn't force any cooldowns here. I think the best thing you can do as a Mage Lock in this situation is just try to do goes, like hit the DPS, and then when you run back, just cleave the healer. Do goes on the healer. Big damage on the Burn here. This could be the bubble coming out here from Corlix. Burn is going to use his Stone Form and his Unending Resolve. And
what is happening?
What? They're just killing him from range.
Nobody's in range.
Big heal.
That's the way it goes.
Wings, and this is the EU strats.
Yeah, the EU strats. I mean, all of a sudden, it looks like jungle is countering Mage Lock Paladin. So, yeah, I mean, we're going to see how this one plays out. I don't know how much experience Charlotte Phoenix has in this matchup. I mean, on paper, it was looking like Mage Lock Paladin was phenomenal. But, I mean, I would say pressure is heavily in favor of Turtle right now. It looks like they are going to be trying to pressure down Gex just a little bit. Jamili moving in, slapping some Ice Lances, but not too much damage comes in from the Charlotte Phoenix. And let's see, fear on Gex. Is there any follow-up? Doesn't look like it just yet. They're going to be waiting for that burst damage. Actually punishing Jamili right now a little bit for pushing in, but he's playing a very durable mage build, so unlikely he really goes down at this point in the game. But here's the stun right now onto Corlic, and they're going for a big burst onto Burn. Once again, the sacrifice trades by Corlic right away. They are not messing around, and as fast as they are in, they are out. Turtle going back to the pillar, really living up to their name.
All right, let's see if Charlotte Phoenix can crack the shell here of Turtle. Gex in a polymorph, Dilly at low health in a stun. Gex is trying to wrap around to him, but gets feared away. Feared again into a Frost Nova. Dilly recovers thanks to Cyfoxy's help there, tossing out a couple heals, and Burn is really pushed in right now. He lands a triple Shadow Fury. Charlotte Phoenix are getting aggressive. They may regret it. Corlic goes with the Avenging Wrath. Gex line of sighting. Burn is still very low on health. Dilly's getting ready maybe to jump in with a Harpoon onto Corlic, go for a Freezing Trap. Dark Soul's available, Icy Veins too. There's a big threat from Charlotte Phoenix, though, that Turtle need to be ready to navigate. They're going to stun up Burn. Doesn't look like they're coordinated for an assault just yet. Just wait, biding their time. Corlic's mana hasn't been too amazing this game. Gex caught in a polymorph. Corlic moving in. Is he going to go around? Are they going to go Gex with the hammer, maybe? Looks like a hammer justice. Yep, they're going to swap the Gex here. Try and find a Chaos Bolt. Not enough damage. Not nearly enough damage. Gex is going to line of sight. And Turtle are playing a phenomenal game here. 4 minutes, 20 seconds in. Still full mana on the Priest. Here comes a setup. Where are the remote guidance device? One bike. Where's the second bike? Are they going for number 2? Doesn't look like they have a number 2. They drop a Dressed instead. Trying to combo him dead, but sacrifice on his little head will save him for now. Turtle retreat once again.
From eternal sleep in the bed now. Okay. Well, we're gonna see a Hammer of Justice onto Cyfoxy, Sheep onto Gags. Another Sheep, nice shot of Fury here. Burn going for the Fear as well. They have good control here from Charlotte Phoenix. Really going after Dilly in a big trouble situation here, but he does catch the Vitality Conduit. That Mortal Coil not going to be enough here, not enough lockdown on the side of Charlotte Phoenix to really net themselves anything big there, like the aspect of the turtle. And now Cyfoxy going in, getting up his bleeds, getting a little bit of damage. You can expect him almost to go in with an Entangling Root soon. Burn is already low. If they can go in and get a trap, I think they actually should go for it here, but Burn is going to stabilize there. They're waiting for the Avenging Wrath to fall off probably. There's no real point to try to make a go when that powerful cooldown is active on the healer. Any damage they do is just going to get out-healed with ease by Korlik right now. And Ja getting aggressive again, playing the front line as he should in this comp on the Frost Mage, and now once again going after Dilly. He gets silenced. Dilly getting Hammer of Justice, full fear onto Gex. Big damage coming out here from Ja with the Shatter combo. He gets another Sheep out of the fear, but no more crowd control after that. And now once again, this is the time where Turtle can get aggressive here. Let's see what they end up doing. Dilly, he goes for the stun. Burn immediately gates away, and they're just going to swap to Jamili and Korlik as well. Pre-freedoms himself right there, so he can't get Roots trapped to deny that 50-50, which is why Dilly didn't even go for the trap right there. So once again, Turtle forced to cover behind the pillar.
Yeah, forced back into their shell just for a little bit, and Korlik's been doing a great job with those freedoms so far, and that's what we were talking about. If you can get those freedoms off before the stun comes in, all of a sudden you cannot get the Entangling Roots, which means there's no 50-50, you will be dispelling the trap, and a lot of the matchup does come down to that. But we did see in Europe just a little bit earlier, they were just killing in the stun. So literally just in intimidation stun, they were taking down the Warlock. So we'll see if Turtle's going to be able to repeat that success. Icy Veins gets ripped out by Jamili. They're actually going after Cyfox. The preemptive survival instinct, so we'll keep him alive. Polymorph once again onto Gex into a fear. He has no trinket, so Cyfoxy could easily be in trouble right now. He's going to be just line of sighting. Jamili pushes in, looking for Frostbolts, and Cyfoxy might just drop. Gex has to keep him alive, and he does manage to connect the Vitality Conduit. Now they're actually going after Jamili a little bit, but I feel like Turtle's maybe playing a little bit too afraid at this moment. I guess just recover through the Icy Veins. That was the Dark Soul, but I think they definitely got to get some pressure rolling onto Burn at this point.
Well, let's see if they can. At least they do maintain their mana. Double Shadow Fear counterspell. Big push by Charlotte Phoenix potentially here. Not able to capitalize too much on it, unfortunately. Dilly jumping in onto Jamili and suddenly bursting him down. Temporal Shield takes some of that damage away, though. Korlik's not looking too great on mana here. Dilly disengages back, waiting for those Dress to Gas and Remote Guidance device. Basically only worth attacking when those trinkets are up. They can't do enough damage to find a kill without them in this matchup, so they're playing it patiently here. But Charlotte Phoenix, they don't want to be patient. They're charging in. Cyfoxy stunned with no trinket. He did manage to pre-bear form, so he's at least got a bit more of a bolstered up health bar, tanking that hit. And now Gex coming out of Polymorph should stabilize. Nice read by Cyfoxy. Are they going to start going in aggressive? Oh, the swap to Gex here with that Hammer of Justice. Love the swaps to the Priest, but full trap lands. Where's the Imp Dispel? Big blast of damage. Oh my goodness. Burn almost goes down. You can see that Turtle, they're just laying a trap, waiting for those spikes under the ground to activate, and at a moment's notice could just totally eradicate a target. If they can keep this up, they'll be in a good position. Gex has still got solid mana.
Yeah, I think one difference between, when Enlight was playing this matchup earlier was that we saw a little bit more mind controls come out, and the same thing when Hydra was playing this matchup. I want to see Gex go for a couple of more MCs to get people into that spot behind the pillar there where they almost won the game. If they can do that, that could be a massive win condition right now. Set up here onto Dilly, Ja digging in with these Frostbolts, doing a lot of damage here. He's going to go for the Blizzard now. No more Sheep DRs onto Gex, and they're actually going to still go onto Dilly. He does have the Vitality Conduit. The Infernals have been called in. Cyfoxy realizing he needs to be aggressive right now, try to soak up some pressure here for his team. He's going to go ahead and miss his kick right there, and now he's going to get Chaos Bolted as a result. He should have just lined. Why would he even go for the kick right there? Now they eat the trap. Nicely done by Jamili. The ball comes crashing in, and they almost take him down anyway. Through it. Beautiful Drain Life, beautiful Reflect right there as he gets the bop to reflect those Dispels right there. So actually, can you reflect the Dispels with that? I'm not sure, but Burn, I guess he just panicked there, wanted to not die to the Priest damage. So close call, but Charlotte Phoenix gonna hold on for a little bit longer.
I don't think you can. deflect it because you can klepto it, so
Yeah.
that would be a bit of a weird interaction. But yeah, I think that's about the 4th time in the game we've seen Burn go down to like 2% health. So you kind of get the feeling if this goes on that eventually that damage will add up and Burn will just get absolutely dropped. But that being said, I mean, actually, yeah, look at this. Charlotte Phoenix, their mana's not doing well. Burn is in a position now where he's going to get bursted down just a little bit. Jamili's swatted away. Things are looking good here for Turtle. And I mean, last weekend you would say Mage Lock Paladin counters jungle, and now all of a sudden, I mean, it's looking like jungle does just fine. Sacrifice trade once again. And CPCs, I'm starting to worry about you, man. Like, are you gonna be okay?
I think you'll be worried if I'm silent. That's when you should be worried.
Okay.
Jamili getting hit a little
Good
bit
to know.
here. Are they going to set up for a drink? They really need mana. Corlic's not in a position where he could go for a drink at the moment, and Gex still at 40% mana is in a solid spot. Survival Instincts available, lots of cooldowns, so they could make a push, but this is Icy Veins from Jamili. He's a pretty big threat. Cyfoxy line of sights, pre-walls. Stampeding Roar to try and get some movement speed. Dilly down at half, not feeling too safe here. Pops the Exhilaration, tries to line of sight, but Gex is still locked down, trying to get back to his team. Double Shadow Fury from Burn around the corner. Blizzard down, Gex fears the Warlock, but now Hammer of Justice and the Turtle immediately almost getting killed there. Close call for Dilly, and they've been in the lead for most of this game. Definitely don't want to throw it. Nice plays to stay in it. Cyfoxy looking like he wants to get some bleeds up, maybe retreat afterwards because Dilly isn't there, but Dilly's playing basically, he's survival, so he's supposed to be melee, but he's playing ranged at the moment, keeping dots up. There's the stun lock. Oh, the remote guidance device comes in off to the side, but I think the demonic gateway soaked one of them. So if both bikes hit there, that might have been a kill. One bike not enough, but Dilly's on the run. He doesn't have much here. Frozen Orb is pinning him at the pillar. Gex potentially getting cleaved down here, caught into a fear, but trying to finish Dilly. Cyfoxy's trying to help, tossing in some regrowth, buying time for Gex. Gex takes one interrupt, goes for the next cast, but a triple Infernal. Burn is going to ramp up here. He's very threatening. I'd love to see Charlotte Phoenix push in here on top of Gex during the Infernals. Clutches out a Chaos Bolt. Gex's entire team is being decimated at the moment. Fell Fissures around the corner, reducing the healing even more. They polymorphed Dilly, but they actually kind of reset his health bar. Cyfoxy on the run, jumping into Bear Farm, trying to get out of the Fell Fissures on the pillar, but then he's in the line of sight of both casters, so pretty dangerous gamble there. They're going to bop Burn for Burn to go in. Big aggressive plays here. Full fear on the Gex. Cyfoxy line of sighting in the room. Counterspelled on the regrowth. Doesn't have much here. How's he going to stay alive? Gex in a stun. Dilly in a fear. It's 3 versus 1. Cyfoxy jumps to Gex, but 1 second left on the fear. Pain suppression. Buys time for Penance and Vitality Conduit, but now Dilly's getting blasted. He has to run around the corner. Gets clotheslined. They're pushing. This is it. Double stun lock. Where are the Dressed? They need to drop those spines right here, right now. 1 dressed. 2 dressed. Sacrifice going to deny the kill, and now Turtle need to consider retreating. They're going to pull Dilly towards Jamili and the pillar, but Gex isn't a full poly.
Dilly!
That has to be it. Drain life ticking away, and Charlotte Phoenix take game 1 despite Turtle having such a big lead for a long time.
Really, this team is just surprising me lately. Charlotte Phoenix taking that first victory here against Turtle. That first victory looking pretty solid here. What do we think about Charlotte's gameplay in that last game, Superseas?
I mean, aggressively, I feel like Charlotte Phoenix are a solid team, but Mage Lock is a comp where I feel like defense matters. Like, offense doesn't not totally matter, but I feel like defense and making sure you got mana and preparing for the late game also matters. Maybe in this matchup, actually, aggression matters more so that they could close it, because that was like the major downside we saw for some other Mage Locks. So I don't know. It's a trade-off. Charlotte Phoenix definitely aggressively looked good in that game. I can't say that they looked bad defensively. They survived. I think the only thing is that I would like to see them set drinks more for Corlic, because that was the only thing that was seriously looking like it would be a problem in the matchup was mana.
Okay, now Turtle going to be choosing their map here next. This replay from that last game should be coming up shortly. What about you, Ven? How do you feel like, or break down these the kill here for Charlotte Phoenix?
Well, it's just Dilly, Cyfoxy, they went for the push, and they kind of got baited because there's sacrifice available. But it's a rough spot because you kind of have to go. But at the same time, I feel like Turtle, they weren't in a bad spot in terms of mana. I actually think it wasn't go time for them. Like, I think they should have just played it more patient. Dilly had no exhilaration. He had no aspect of the Turtle. There was literally no defensive cooldowns for Gex either. So I feel like their strategy was good. They just ended up making that final push and chasing into the open when they were really vulnerable, and I think that's what ended up losing them the game. It's hard though to balance because you can't exactly track when the cooldowns are going to be up. Maybe they didn't think sacrifice was going to be available, and then they could have just outright won the game. But unfortunately for them, it was, and then they just had no tools to work with defensively to retreat and reset once again. So I think if they had just played it a little bit more patient, they might have been able to pick up that game one.
So on the side of Turtle, Ben, just to clarify with you, you think they should play more defensively, or they just needed to slow down and maybe correct the timing on that setup on this, against Charlotte Phoenix?
Yeah, so I just think in that particular moment, they just, when you have no cooldowns left, you have to play it safe. Unless you absolutely know they have nothing to work with, I think it's just, you just got to play a little bit safer and just wait maybe 30 seconds, a minute, something like that, especially when you're doing so okay on mana.
Okay, well, now Turtle to pick their map choice here as the draft is starting and the players decide which comps they want to play and which map Turtle wants to go here. Zico, do you want to make any guesses on which map we're going to go to next?
I think Turtle actually wants the big maps, believe it or not. But I think not too big though. Maybe Tiger's Peak.
Okay. All right, if we do go to a big map here, if Turtle locks in Tiger's Peak or another bigger map, or Black Root Cold as well, and Charlotte Phoenix goes with that same composition that we saw in Game 1, how do we feel like they're going to do here for Game 2 on the side of Charlotte Phoenix?
I think Charlotte Phoenix are pretty comfortable with this map. It's actually kind of easy to lock people inside the room as Major Warlock on this map. You can just kind of AoE on both sides and kind of force them to be there, drop an orb inside with the concentrated coolness, and I don't know, I think you can dampen pretty hard. The good thing for Turtle is that obviously it's a good map for them as well because they have a short distance to do hit and runs. They can even have Cyfox and Dilly kind of playing on that little Raven in the middle, and then maybe have Gex playing at the entrance to one of those rooms, and that way he can stay far back and he can still do damage to most people and keep his team alive. Just depends on how they play it.
Do you like this choice then from Turtle on Black Root?
Well, I think personally Tigers would have been a better choice.
Mm-hmm. All right, here, both compositions now locked in on the side of Charlotte Phoenix as well as Turtle. We are going to Black Root Cold for game number 2. Let's take guesses maybe on how long we can expect this next game to go to. We didn't really see, especially compared to the last series that we saw. This didn't really end too quickly. It wasn't that short of a game as well. How do you think that either of these teams will be able to secure the early kill here, Super Teaser? Are they going to be able to, or is it going to go into dampening?
I mean, Reaping Flames and a remote guidance device are Drestigath for Turtle. If they connect all 4 at the same time, so remote guidance device times 2 and Reaping Flame times 2, when they stun Corlick, they could kill Burn in 4 seconds. I see that being possible. That's the one way Turtle can win this game before dampening. Charlotte Phoenix have multiple answers, though. They can pop it, they can sack it, and then resolve it. They have ineffable truth to reset all of those options, so it is quite difficult to get that kill early on, whereas later in the game, you just continue the momentum from that burst, and dampening prevents the recovery of the Paladins. So that's one way. Charlotte Phoenix, they have 2 options. They could stun Gex and go after Gex, or they can polymorph Gex, try and fear him and kill the DPS. I think killing Gex is more likely to happen before dampening than killing the DPS, but killing the DPS in dampening becomes easier. So probably those 2 main strategies for each team, but they're currently allocating crowd control to Gex and going after Cyfoxy. They managed to get Gladiator's Medallion out of the way right off the bat with Survival Instincts. It's a great start for Charlotte Phoenix.
Yeah, and we're going to see right now Gex in a full fear. Here is the Infernos being called in by Burn. He wants to make quick work here of Cyfoxy and Dilly to get a Frost Nova onto Gex. He's going to use the Vitality onto it, and now they are going to take that Raven position here in the middle of the map, and let's see if they can keep it here. Full Hammer of Justice onto Gex. Big swap. Jaw can't connect here. He's going to actually try to go for a sheep here, but the Infernal does break it there. Burn a little bit too slow with canceling those Infernals, and as a result, the sheep is going to break. Corlick is going to be in a trap, and Burn is in a lot of trouble. Nice defensive plays though from Jaw and Burn. They get the Mortal Coil on Cyfoxy. They get the Dilly into a sheep, and now once again we are in the GTA 2/Demon Hunter Rain from Above view, but we're back here. Full sheep onto Gex. Big damage on the Cyfoxy. This is a checkmate situation. So much damage. Jamili blocks offensively. Doesn't get the reship, and it's going to be enough. If he got that reship, Dilly with the MVP kick, if he could have gotten that, it would have been the game right there. So close. Charlotte Phoenix almost put the second point on the board just minutes into the game. And even if they don't get the kill, they did use an ice block on Jamili, which, let's be honest, they're only going to go for burn anyway. It's not really that big of a deal. Great opener so far for Charlotte Phoenix.
Yeah, Charlotte Phoenix looking like they're heating up in this matchup, really figuring out their win condition. And it is going to be about just getting that extended crowd control chain onto Gex and getting a big one-shot on Dilly or Foxy. Jamili pushing in, getting a full blink. And now Dilly's in a Hammer of Justice. Big damage going out onto him, but there's no follow-up. Gex now into a full fear. The double mortal coil coming in. Another re-fear potentially. Foxy shuts it down. Really good job there by Foxy. Rake stun on Jamili. Interrupt on Burn. And now looking to reverse the pressure. And maybe they can get that second ice block from Jamili. But keep in mind, he's playing full versatility. Netherwind armor. He's a Mechanome for that additional cheap death effect. He's got Battle Masters. Jamili is going to be a really difficult target to take down, so he can afford to play a little bit more aggressive in the matchup. Ooh. Hammer of Justice lands once again, and they're looking better and better. Polymorph lands on a Gex. Do they have any more crowd control? Foxy with with his survival instincts gets out of line of sight. Just using that line of sight to avoid damage. Will manage to escape, but they are turning their attention onto Dilly.
I mean, right now, Charlotte Phoenix look great in this game comparatively to game number 2. If they keep this up, they are definitely possibly going to close this before dampening. And I'm a bit worried for Turtle here in game number 2. They're one of those teams that really can't afford any losses if they want to try and get into that top 4. Charlotte Phoenix has been on a tear, though. Gex in the Polymorph. Oh, he prems it. Nicely done by Gex. They need to get in position. They could go Gex here with a Hammer of Justice. Doesn't have pain suppression. They are. Dilly's trying to help him out here, but how much help can he get? He silences Jamili. Burn gets kicked by Foxy. Great teamwork between Dilly and Foxy to protect Gex. Gex is now going to line of sight at the side here. Foxy on the run. Dilly likely to follow suit here. Waiting for those Dressed waiting for the remote guidance device. They need that hard-hitting burst damage to be able to penetrate the defense of Charlotte Phoenix. And now Charlotte Phoenix wait for Hammer of Justice. Try to slip in for crowd control. Korlek gets stunned up. They are trying to blast down Jamili with those Dressed. Korlek is going to respect it, trinket, and sacrifice. However, his trinket is better lined up with the remote guidance device than it is the Dressagath. It does leave potentially an opening in this game now for crowd control in the future, but there's the checkmate situation. Full Polymorph, full stun on Foxy. If they have a Mortal Coil, I don't know how Foxy survives here. They don't have it. Foxy's trying to retreat, healing back up. And at the pillar, he should be A-okay. They swap to Dilly. Dilly's back at the pillar now. He's fine. They could swap to Gex. Hammer Justice not available, so they're just going to chill here. Triangle position. Wait for the next engagement. Gex is still holding strong on mana. That is going well for Turtle. Despite these big pushes from Charlotte Phoenix, Gex isn't panicking, and he's still healing efficiently.
Yeah, and we are going to see them recover a little bit there. And after that disastrous opener that Turtle had, they've recovered pretty nicely. Gex pretty much has full mana. They have all of their cooldowns still available except for one Survival Instinct. And now they're going for a push here onto Burn. Nice defensive Mortal Coil though by Burn. He's going to break up that attempt before Dilly can really connect their jaw. Using his trinket there in the midst of things, I believe on a stun here. Could be looking for some crowd control. Gex already just lining everybody on the side of the jungle. Just already running our way. They just go for the quick go. Immediately get one trinket, get something, and then just run back, wait for those cooldowns, wait for Dilly to get some, range damage out, get those gushing procs. They have one on Jamili right now. They might go on it. Let's see what they can do here, but it looks like Charlotte Phoenix are the ones who pounce first. They go for the sheep, they go for the fear. They don't get the chain onto Gex, and it looks like they won't be able to land any kills here. But instead, it's Burn in trouble. They get the full trap, but they actually get singed there, I do believe, and Burn is going to survive with that sacrifice that rotated back up due to that ineffable truth. Once again, Charlotte Phoenix in the driver's seat, looking to get aggressive.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. Gex with a nice knock. Forces Burn and Jamili very far into the corner. Foxy looking for some regrowth on himself. What is he doing? He's actually going for a re-stealth. Dilly just tanking a bunch of damage right now, and Gex gets interrupted. Big Shadow Man. Going to top him off immediately, and now Foxy, they're basically playing tag. Dilly goes in, Foxy goes out. Foxy goes in, Dilly goes out. And it just leaves always a target open. And Foxy's just going to get dropped. I don't know if he can escape this. The Polymorph, they have to stop the re-Polymorph. Foxy manages to hold on with the Survival Instincts, but it's not over yet. A full fear on Gex, and Foxy was left in the open, and he will get dropped. And I feel like that was just... right before that happened, I was saying there's some depth. There's some issues there. We saw Dilly in And then as soon as Dilly got out, Foxy went in, and they just kept being in the situation where they were basically 1v2ing. It felt really uncoordinated, and Charlotte Phoenix definitely punished that. And now they're up 2-0 in the series, and things are looking good for them to sweep it.
Charlotte Phoenix now up to a best of 5 as well here. Turtle really on the back foot. They need to win this next game if they want to stay in this series against Charlotte Phoenix. Here are the match results, Supatees.
Burns farm and damage in this series. Definitely a top contender. Getting to make a real show here, despite his team not needing him to beat Cloud9. He's going to be important for all these cleave matchups on that Warlock. And their Mage Lock looks really good aggressively. I feel like the last time we saw their Mage Lock, they were trying to mirror Cloud9. And Jamili did not want to play that dampening style, so it was just a really awkward game. But watching them in this matchup, I mean, it feels entirely different. I feel like aggressively they're landing so many setups back to back, and it's really awesome to see. They're not just purely relying on dragging this game on. And I think it's important for this matchup now that the jungles are adapting.
Do we feel like Turtle is playing a little bit more uncoordinated than we're used to seeing them, or something along those lines, or is Charlotte Phoenix just having a really good series here, Ben?
I think Charlotte Phoenix is playing really well. This is exactly what you want. You want these coordinated assaults from the Mage Lock Paladin. Basically, you get crowd control and then you unleash all of your damage. You want to have that burst available, whether it be full icicles, your Obsidian Claw, the Paladin pushing in, getting the Hammer of Justice, and it seems like that's what Charlotte Phoenix is doing exceptionally well in the match. I would say Turtle in game number 1, their offense looked a lot cleaner. And I would say on this map in particular, they looked a lot more uncoordinated. And I think for Turtle, if they want to win, they have to have that same kind of execution as a team like Enlight, where when you go in as a unit. When you get out as a unit. There's no one person's in for 20 seconds, then they run away, and then the other person goes in for 20 seconds. It doesn't seem to work out that way. So I think Turtle, if they just clean it up a bit, they still have a shot of coming back in this series.
And if you look also at these two teams in this series and the games that they played yesterday on Saturday, Charlotte Phoenix beat Cloud9 3-0. Turtle lost their series against Golden Guardians. So maybe also it's a bit of a mental game here, Zico, and they could just be riding that momentum on the side of Charlotte Phoenix, and Turtle is just recovering from that loss from Golden Guardians or something like that.
Wait, Turtle and Golden Guardians? Oh, you mean yesterday? Yes.
Last series yesterday they lost.
Yesterday. I thought you meant today. I was like, wait, what? They played twice today? But yeah, no, definitely.
Do you have a rainbow on your face?
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
It's my light. It's my little prism that I have in my.
I was so confused. I thought I had like something wrong with my monitor. I was like, what is this rainbow?
the sun's like right in my face at this time of day, so it's blinding.
Blinding light, huh? The side of Turtle definitely got to experience that in the last game, and now they're going to Hook Point, which would be a fitting final resting point.
Where are you gonna go?
That's your joke. You deliver that one.
It's actually Adrian's joke, but I stole it and made it mine.
What was it? Say it again.
Fitting final resting point. My joke would be something like, they're looking to walk on the plank, or I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna work on that one. But yeah, comps, Charlotte Phoenix. Are they considering the rogue mage here, or why are they waiting with locking in? They insta-locked in Mage Lock.
You could just be using their full timer just to discuss strategy here, Ben.
I mean, game number 3, Turtle's looking like shark bait at this point for the Charlotte Phoenix.
Nice.
Locked out and again.
Thanks.
That was good.
I'm surprised they
Thanks,
didn't
guys.
do. I'm surprised they didn't do like an alligator. With like a clock. Is it a crocodile with a clock or an alligator with a clock?
That might be copyrighted. I'm not sure.
Crocodile. You think so? Can you copyright a crocodile? I don't. I feel like
What
you
are you
can't.
were we talking about? Okay. I got you. I'm caught up now. Peter
Talk
Pan.
about Peter
right?
Pan. Come on.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
All right.
So confused for a second. I was like, "Where's the alligator?"
Sometimes I'm confused by what I say. It's understandable.
All right, well, Turtle locking in their composition. Charlotte Phoenix as well. We are going to Hook Point here. This is a 2-0 series. Turtle really looking to win game number 3 here, trying to turn the series back around. What do we want to see from the side of Turtle, Ven, if they want to secure this game 3 victory?
Well, I actually don't like this map. I'm just, every time I don't like this map against Mage Lock. I don't know. Turtle, they're going to have to utilize this pillar extremely well, but the pillars are so small, it's going to make it easy for Gex to get caught in crowd control. And I know I always say that, but I really think it's true. We'll have to see what happens, but I don't think Turtle with their composition can just afford to be in the open for an extended period of time. I really feel like they have to be the team that's going in and going out, going in, going out, over and over and over when they have the crowd control available, when they have the burst available. And I feel like this map isn't great. I mean, it is small, so if Burn does get put in a position where he's behind on cooldowns, then I think they can just overwhelm him and run him over, but you have to get to that point. I think the hit and run is a lot more difficult on this map. I think they're going to be forced to kind of play more of an aggressive game just overall on Burn.
Let's see if they can here on hook point, match point for Charlotte Phoenix. They're looking phenomenal coming off yesterday, beating Cloud9 3-0, moving in, looking to clean sweep Turtle as well. But Turtle engaged with massive pressure. Corlic responds, trading the trinket and sacrifice, and Turtle retreat to their shell. Will they be able to stabilize here behind the pillar? Burns moving in on the left, Jamili on the right. Did you say retreat into their shell? I don't think you said
it
that
in the first game.
Did you say that?
We did.
Yeah, check the VOD.
You didn't copyright it. I'm fine.
All right, well, we're going to see a sheep on the Gex and a frozen orb onto Cyfoxy. No hammers, though, by Corlic here. Unfortunately for him, he couldn't get there in time, but I would still like to see him use it onto Gex here and just go onto Gex potentially. He's moving in. Gex sees it coming. He drops the barrier. He's going to charge him into it anyway, but they're just going to keep the assault here onto Cyfoxy. We don't have any sheep PRs here, but still, I think it's the right play here by Corlic, but now he needs to be careful. He gets trapped, and the Singe gets the 50-50 burn, gets a fat Divine Favor right there. He's going to get topped up, and Dilly and Cyfoxy, they already know what's about to happen. They need to run here, but look at that. Cyfoxy getting stunned up. He has to trinket and use Survival Instincts. Jaw getting another sheep. Burns looking for the fear. Can he get it in time? He goes for it. He gets it with the bop, but I'm not sure if that offensive bop there was the correct line of play. I feel like Burn was going to get that no matter what. There was nobody in his line of sight. And now Jamili is getting swapped to. No bop out of that stun, but he doesn't need it. The Ice Barrier just soaking all of that damage up. And this map, it's something that we talked about earlier in this matchup. It's a very small pillar, and you can definitely find yourself in tricky situations here because you can't really line of sight both casters here if you are on Turtle.
Yeah, it is a really difficult spot to be in, but we'll see. Maybe they go after Jamili if he's playing a little bit too close. Mind control on Jamili, maybe doing some damage over to Burn right now, but Corlic at any moment can kind of just push in and out. Full polymorph on Dilly's caught into a Hammer of Justice. This could easily be the aspect of the Turtle. Any more crowd control? Another polymorph does land. Exhilaration and some off heals will keep Dilly alive, so that Exhilaration definitely paying dividends there for Turtle. But those sort of rinse repeat setups, it feels like it's really easy for Charlotte Phoenix to get on this map, and I worry for Turtle. But Burn might just get absolutely exploded. And Corlic, luckily, he does have the trinket and the sacrifice available, and that's the great thing about playing the Paladin with the ineffable truth is you can get those consistent sacrifices off, and now it's going to be up to Charlotte Phoenix to try to strike back.
Yeah, they're standing right on top of Turtle. They are unafraid here on match point, looking to bully them out of this series. They stun up Burn. Billy's trying to reposition, but he is moving very slow from those frost bolts, disengaging back. Oh, Hammer of Justice, is it available? Boom, hammers down. Gex and a poly. Huge pressure coming in onto Dilly. Fellfisher reducing some heals as well. Gex caught in a fear chain into another polymorph. They're trying to finish Dilly here on match point. Big hit, he feigned death on very low health. Vitality Conduit comes in the nick of time. Cyfoxy helping out with some regrowth as well. Charging in onto Burn, getting the bleeds up, getting ready for the next push with that Drestigath. Corlic repositioning away. Doesn't want to be in range of Psychic Scream, but actually charging in. Cyfoxy feared into the distance. He's very far away from the pillar. They're going to use Life Grip, just Wild Charge to pull him in. Triple Infernal Stun with a fear. Love the offense here from Charlotte Phoenix. Can they close it out? Dilly feigned death. He's trying to get away, but the Frozen Orb has him pinned. We can't get any damage out, though. Jamili is locked down. Triple Shadow Fury. Jamili keeps the chain going. just by the final second, but that's not enough time. They Frost Nova Gex, trying to be as annoying as possible here. Jamili is really doing whatever he wants in this match, but it's costing Korlik a lot of mana to keep doing it.
Yeah, Korlik's mana is not looking great, but they actually have weathered the storm here on the side of Turtle. They have all of their cooldowns back. They have a mana lead. The first time they actually look like they're in a driving position here. They get the stun onto Korlik. He trinkets out. He gets the Hammer of Justice. Gex in a sheep. Burn can't get the fear. He's kicked right now. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to find it. He might be able to. Gex, what are you going to do? He has the premonition here. He's walking out of the blizzard, trying to get to the pillar. Mind control gets casted out. He interrupts it. Korlik now moving further back, realizing he's about to get trapped here potentially. Freedom is going to time out, and Cyfoxy and Dilly are going to retreat once again back to the pillar. Actually, kind of want to see Korlik just go for a drink at this point, unless they mind control Jamili. He can't. Jamili could potentially get destroyed behind that pillar. He needs to be extremely careful. There's a Dress to Gap. Big damage coming up. A triple Shadow Fury by Burn. He's going to keep Jamili alive, and a nice blink there as well, right before he got stunned to actually get to Korlik's line of sight. But I feel like if Ja could have avoided that MC, Korlik would have had an opportunity there to actually drink up. But I don't know. Maybe it won't matter that much.
No, we'll see what ends up happening with the mana. I mean, that's the one nice thing about the small map for Turtle, is it is going to be difficult for Korlik. So I think that's just one of those things where Charlotte Phoenix, if they're going to set up a drink, it has to be, you get Turtle on the back foot, you get them pinned at the pillar, and that's when Korlik can go for a drink. But it looks like they are going to be getting the trap onto Korlik. One motorcycle, two motorcycle land onto Burn. He gets caught into a stun. The trap is still not singed, and Burn is trying to keep him alive. Still, the crowd control is unending here. Korlik finally able to toss out some heals. A polymorph on Gex. Jamili trying to set him up, but Cyfoxy is out as fast as he is in, and this is what I like. Turtle, you're doing a lot better job this game of going in and out as a sort of as a team, as a unit. I think it's really, really important. Charlotte Phoenix now going to be turning their attention over onto Gex, getting some pressure. If they can get pain suppression, it would be massive. Gex definitely doesn't want to play it too greedy. Rapture and Vitality Conduit should be enough for him to survive, but I like these pushes from Burn, from Jamili, from Korlik. If you can't go after Dilly and Cyfoxy, they're playing too safe. You have to pressure Gex and get some of those cooldowns rolling.
All right, Korlik not working with a lot of mana left in the tank here, but Dark Soul and Icy Veins available. Charlotte Phoenix are a big threat right now. I like the positioning. Cyfoxy, Gex together, Dilly by himself. This is what we saw from Enlight and their success. So let's see if they can pull it off here in a similar fashion. Jamili just still posted up right in their face. Burn trying to get in on the left here. He can cast on all three members. Looking for a Shadow Fury. Gets interrupted. Is taking quite a bit of damage. Down to half health there, seemingly out of nowhere. Korlik picks him up with Divine Favor. Jamili gets stunned up by Cyfoxy. I think it's unlikely they want to stick to Jamili. They stun Korlik. They trap. No root. Singe lands. Trap removed. Korlik can freely heal now, but they're still pumping in damage. They drop the Dress into Temporal. Not a big fan of that. They use plus and protection anyway. They stun Dilly. Beautiful crowd control here by Charlotte Phoenix on match point, lobbing in some Chaos Bolts. Another Poly to follow up, but breaks to the Frozen Orb Blizzard. They Nova. Gex had a line of sight into another Poly. Can get the Fear around the corner. Full Fear. Dilly not out of the woods just yet. No, he's looking fine here. Gex is going to come out of the Fear, and Cyfoxy gets feared. Dilly's disengaging in onto Korlik, trying to stop him from drinking likely, but he just disengaged out into midfield. Ate two Chaos Bolts. Got Frost Nova on the Leap of Faith. Nice play there by Jamili. And Dilly looks like he's trying to get in closer to Jamili. Maybe back to the pillar. Dilly just wants the line of sight. He's taking a lot of damage. They need to focus on keeping Gex's mana high, dragging this fight into dampening and looking to overwhelm and swarm. Well, Korlik doesn't have mana, but Korlik did manage to regenerate quite a bit, and I think he is looking to try and sit for a drink here in that far corner. Can anyone stop him? The Raptor gets him from Dilly. Double stun lock here. Bike's coming in, but Sacrifice is already up. That remote guidance device not going to do anything, and Korlik has figured this strategy out. He's always using Glider's Medallion with that remote guidance device and sacrificing it. And as long as he keeps doing that, Burn's never going to die to that strategy. Turtle need to find a win condition outside of that window. The only other one, it would be the Dress to Gath. Is it enough, though, to kill Burn throughout any resolve? Possibly deeper into dampening. They're trying to push for it right now. Singe Magic. They get lucky on the Singe Magic. Korlik has a Divine Shield. Is that going to be enough here? 21% dampening. Divine Favor. Korlik pumping in heals. Avenging Wrath just became available as well, so he can boost up his healing a ton at this moment in time. Burn still sitting on the Dark Soul, getting ready to pump it out. Gex has done a phenomenal job, though. His mana is very healthy at this point. And Turtle are working towards that win condition deeper into dampening if they can keep it going.
Yeah, and they only have unending resolve here on Burn. That's the only cooldown right now for Charlotte Phoenix. So Corlic right now needs to get down on his knees and start praying to N'Zoth to get some of those ineffable proc. Did he just get one? I think he might have. His sacrifice is rotating back extremely quickly here, and we're going to see his Avenging Wrath just timed out, and it's almost back on cooldown. He's divine. Yeah, he definitely got one. There it is. Full counter spell onto Gex, full trap onto Corlic. It gets singed. So great for them, because that was the one time where they didn't really have that much cooldown. This was when they would have forced the unending resolve, but unfortunately for them, they just get a Blessing of Protection, which is going to be rotating back up because of that ineffable proc there that Corlic got. And now Corlic is actually kind of low still. They could go after him. He has nothing. If they do a swap to him, they could definitely take him down. But as the opponent of the ineffable Paladin, you don't know if he has bubble back or not. So you got to keep going for the safe strat here. Full trap on the Corlic, gets singed once again on the 50-50. And now, once again, Cyfoxy Dilly have to retreat. Dilly getting feared into a Harge. Can he get a fear onto Gex here? Burn is moving in for it. Doesn't get it just yet. It looks like he's going to get it at the third Shipyard. And now Chaos Bolt is going to connect onto Dilly. Big damage here from the Mage Warlock, but they don't have any more crowd control. Dilly still dangerously low though. One more fear. Cyfoxy goes out with the regrowth. Big damage. Big flurry combo there from Jaw. Almost closing out the match here. Vitality Conduit should stabilize him, but that was the total and the exhilaration.
Yeah, no big deal, right, Dilly? I mean, that was such a close call. 33% dampening. Gex right now being targeted. Burn is just pushing in. He's trying to burn down everybody. And right now, Turtle definitely a little bit scared, but Burn is playing really aggressive here, and there is no sacrifice to fall back on. Burn might just get outright deleted. Unending Resolve trades out. 35% dampening. What is Corlic going to do? Divine Favor, big heal. But the counter aggression coming in. Jamili pushing in as well, looking for the snares, looking for the polymorphs. Triple Shadow Fury. But that was a beautiful barrier dropped out by Gex, denying a lot of that incoming damage. Gex actually gets interrupted now into a diminishing return polymorph. Dilly, keep in mind, Hammer of Justice comes in. He's got no turtle. He's got no exhilaration. And Dilly's definitely going to be playing a little bit scared at this point of the game. But at the same time, Burn, he is very susceptible to a big all-in. There is a Blessing of Protection available for Corlic. One motorcycle lands. The Blessing of Protection is there. They do trade it out. And now there's nothing. There's nothing left for Burn. Turtle might actually find themselves in a situation where they can take down Burn if he plays too aggressive.
Oh, Jamili getting mind controlled. Love that from Gex. Would have liked to have seen a little bit more of those throughout this series. Harpoon in, Corlic pre-sacrifices, Burn double Mortal Coils, setting up here for some massive damage. Cyfoxy has no trinket if they go for a Hammer of Justice. They go on Dilly instead. Dilly is far away from Gex at this point. One Chaos Bolt, it's match point. Two Chaos Bolts, barely staying in it. Corlic is pounding in here with Crusader Strikes to close this game out. Ray of Frost around the corner. They stop the Ray of Frost. Dilly line of sighting. He is just barely staying alive with that pain suppression. Jamili Ice Novas him. Gex drops the Vitality Conduit, and man, Dilly survives here, but that was just so lucky on top of some high skill. But they hold on. They've still got a lot of mana. There's not much in terms of cooldown. That next remote guidance device could win the game for Turtle. They're just staring at that cooldown, waiting to push in onto Burn. Jamili's playing aggressive. He knows he needs to bait the remote guidance device on himself so he can just ice block it while Burn has nothing. They drop the Dresser Gap. Jamili's going to freely ice block that. Says, thank you for the free trinket. My Warlock who had nothing would have loved to have not seen that. So Jamili's definitely in a good position here, playing aggressive, trading the cooldowns for his team, waiting for the defensives to rotate back up. They've got Infernals, they've got Dark Soul. Gex is caught in a stun. They're blasting Gex, but I don't think they're going to kill him in that. He still has a lot of mana. Avenging Wrath up for Corlic, Gex in the poly. Where's Dilly going to go? Corlic is chasing him. He's got a hammer. He's not going to go for it on Dilly. He goes on Cyfoxy instead. Cyfoxy's next to Gex. Gex not trinketing. Bit risky here this deep into dampening, but wants to make sure he absolutely needs it. Vitality Conduit stabilizes, and once again, Corlic completely tapped on mana. They call in the Infernals to scare Turtle away. That remote guidance device is likely available, but they've got to go before that Ineffable Truth procs. It's going to reset that sack for Corlic.
He's getting a hell of mana right now. Corlic's got 60% mana. He's going to stop drinking right there. And Jaw, if they can hold on to his ice block here, this was a big momentum swing here for Charlotte Phoenix to use the sacrifice here to keep Jaw nice and stable. They're going to go for the sheeps here. Jaw has a big proc here with the flurry. You can get it off. Pretty big damage here onto Dilly. Dilly, what are you going to do here? Gex is struggling, trying to keep him alive. Jaw drops dangerously low. He needs to be careful. Dress could just one-shot him. He needs to be extremely careful. You can't push him too much. All they need to do is just keep poking them behind the pillar, and Charlotte Phoenix are going to walk away with this series here.
Yeah, Charlotte Phoenix are looking really, really good here, but I mean, this is still really, really scary. At any moment, they could just go down. That was the double motorcycle trinket, so they have to wait probably, I'd say, about 30 seconds for Drustagath to rotate back up, and they'll have that available. But Jamili and Burn definitely a bit scared of getting absolutely one-shot. Korlik actually rotting down as well. 54% dampening. Turtle's looking nice and healthy. Aspect of the Turtle is available for Dilly once again. They might actually just go after Korlik.
It's just the Raptor.
Burn. Yeah, just the Raptor as well as the range damage from Dilly with this, all the poisons he's able to put out. Full polymorph does land. Foxy caught into a stun, and now they're pushing for the win, but Foxy out of the line of sight. Now Dilly's going to move in, put out a little bit of damage, and as soon as he's in, he is out, and it must be so annoying to play against Turtle. Big Drustagath lands, and Jamili will ice block, and now with no ice block for another 3 minutes, Jamili is actually a great target. He gets out of the ice block. Turtle needs to go after Jamili right now. They actually get the Divine Shield as well, and Turtle find themselves in a position where they could actually win this game. They might be able to come back in this series. Jamili is very vulnerable for another minute until Blessing of Protection is available, and those motorcycle trinkets are going to rotate up relatively soon. They're actually just going after Burn. They're going after anyone they can. Jamili can't afford to push in anymore. That was such a key part of the offense, but he just can't push in, and Burn might just get dropped. One Reaping Flames does connect. Korlik trying to keep him alive. Big Holy Light lands, but it's 60% dampening. It's not doing anything. And right now, Turtle is literally just dampening the Charlotte Phoenix. Hammer of Justice does land, but Burn barely holds on. Sacrifice at 1% health with the unending resolve. Foxy, he needs to run. He's got a few seconds left on Survival Instincts. He just has to hold on a little bit longer, but Gex has no mana left. I don't think Foxy is going to be able to survive. Somehow, some way, the Charlotte Phoenix is looking like they're going to be able to come back. Foxy!
Jamili!
He's so low! Jamili's so low! Everyone is dying, but I think it's going to be Foxy who does fall first. The preemptive pain suppression on Foxy! Is he going to live? No, he's not! What a close game. Turtle, they put up such a good fight, but the Charlotte Phoenix proving that they can play Mage Lock Paladin as good as anyone. So that was a beautiful series. Well played by Turtle. That last game was so close, but Charlotte Phoenix managed to take it.
Yeah, certainly well thought out match by Turtle. Charlotte Phoenix, though, taking this away with a 3-0. That's their second 3-0 victory of this weekend. This team's doing so well so far currently in the circuit. This is just looking really good for this team here, Zico.
Yeah, definitely.